Hello, this is Marco Enzo, and I will talk about life is free, and this is the basic of life, and today this is not something which is normal, but my thought is it should be, and this website should help us in that direction. So I will show the description here. The website, it's a listing and map tagging website to creation of life by sharing our abilities and resources. Our vision is to create and see free food growing all around and enjoy animals freely living. So here's the basic. It's about creating life by tagging it on the map and using our abilities. Each person has something to add for food to freely grow and animals freely living. And there are different ways to participate on the website. Actually, there's 16 different map categories. There I have made 4, let's say, top categories. They are local physical, which is something an input which is a local input mostly, and it will be also physical demanding. Here is a local and non-physical, and this is worldwide, can be made, and is non-physical work or input, and here's just others. So I go through them fast. It's work watering, meaning we have to water plants after they've been planted. Work digging, and this is about planting, people who want to plant. Transport, it's about transportation of plants from our storage to the planting site, or even compost. And this is address, someone to receive plants. Tools, someone having tools. Compost, someone with compost. Water, it's a water resource on the map, we want to tag it, or even people wanting to allow their water to be used. Here's land, meaning we want to tag land which is suitable to planting, or even people who has land and want to put their land for free for using it to plant. Here are people with seeds, plants and trees who wants to donate it. People who have marketing skills or wants to marketing the website. Here's administrators we are looking for, and people with money. So this one will also have a big effect, because they will decide if they want to spend like $1,000 in their neighborhood. They can map it on the, tag it on the map, and then people they look around on the map and they say, hey, there's somebody with $1,000 in my neighborhood. So it's a good start to create something. And others would be like animals, meaning people with interest of starting animals or caring animals, and mainly to put them free. Wildlife. Here, suppliers is also a main subject on the website. Will be wholesale dealers, or people with tree nurseries in a large scales, or at least at cheap costs. So we will have them listed and their prices on the website, kind of like Alibaba is a tool is a website I've used. But I would like some more on-hand experience with these suppliers I'm talking about. So, and list them, that's what I'm talking about here. And free growing food, that is just general. When we make new project, we will add them as a place where free food is growing, or places where it's already growing. New nursery. This is about people who wants to start a new nursery. So here is part 2. Life is free, and it should continue to be. I've been talking about the 4 in each category, 16 total. Here I will talk about the details about postings and the website. Feedback system. For each posting and participation, it is possible to rate and comment. And I'm talking about for each map tagging someone is making. There will be this feedback system to report also in invalid posts. This is what it should be also to make sure of quality. It is also possible to put of interest as a public follow system, and what I'm talking about here is these follow, which is in general in social sites, and here I'm just calling of interest, and this is to receive updates for certain posting. User system. To get the posting uploaded, it is a must to have or add a user. The user can autonomously be created on the front page or after details are filled of a new posting by adding the email, password and a phone number. Later, address can be inserted. Email, phone and address is only for admin's use. In profile settings, profile name can be changed. Standard username is user 1 or user 2 or 3, or depending on which number in the row the person is as adding a new user. Here in general, here I'm talking about that the user is generally a must to add a posting. It is actually a must. I'm putting it here. It must be a must, so we can see or we can comment, or that person can comment in some way. There can be an interaction of information. And I'm also talking about how is what is the necessary details, and that's an email and a password and a phone number. And I was thinking we might be using a Gmail also login, which is possible on many sites. So if we could have that, is nice also, a Gmail login. The message system. I'm just taking my time. Okay, 3 minutes. And this is the interaction I'm just going deeper through. Users allow the uploader of a posting to receive messages privately from other users and respond, make comments on the feedback system, and get notifications and updates from of interests. And this is where messages will be used in general. Is these 3 things here I'm talking about. Also on the as the feedback system, that's also kind of like a big messaging part we will be using, just commenting on a front page on that postings page, commenting there and talking so people can see the replies instead of using it privately. So I think we should head more for like a public conversation for each posting. And now again I'll go through the posting categories and go just in writings the details I've talked about earlier. So here, general. For most postings, an area, town or address is necessary. This can be individually written or a check button for inserting the user's address. And here I'm talking about that we can write it, or we just click a button and the address we have in our profile will be added. And I'm here reminding again, note to users that only admin sees the address and other users will only see or know the area. Okay, so here they are in detail. So let me go through. Local physical. Work Life is free. Part 3. Yes. I'll go through the details of the categories. Local physical. Work watering. Someone willing to water new plantings. Must put town or area. Work digging. Someone willing to dig and plant. Must put town or area. Transport. Someone with a vehicle willing to transport compost and trees locally. Must put town or area. Address. Someone with an address to receive by post mail trees and seeds for temporary storage. Must put address. Local non-physical. Tools. Someone with gardening tools willing to make them occasionally accessible. Must put address and please comment on which and how many. Compost. Someone willing to give an amount or ongoing amount of compost and feces. Must put address. Please comment on the amount and origin. Water. Someone willing to offer their water source or a public water place. Must put address or exact location on map. Public place will be shown on map. Meaning that the exact location. I must check box for private or public, and this is to click or if it's a private or if it's a public. Land. Someone willing to give land or a public place for natural use. Must put address or exact location on map. And okay, this is we are talking about if it's with consent or without. I must check box for consent or gorilla or both. Meaning that if it's like in a public place and we don't have the permission, then we'll just put gorilla, what it's called. And we might even have like a natural park. I know there are people living on the borders of natural park, and then like a private giving allowance on that land, that would be like consent. And then like growing outside of the land, also using that would be gorilla. So in that case we'll click both. And please comment on the size, current status and history. Worldwide non-physical, and this is donation of seeds, plants and trees. And someone willing to give food giving, seeds, plants and trees locally or worldwide. And I put focus on food giving because we could have a lot of plants and trees, but focusing in on food producing, that's what is the website is about. Must put where they would like to give, and this is to that we can choose where to donate, where we prefer. If we just worldwide, we put a check in that one, or we write the town, the area, the street, or perhaps even the exact address. In case of worldwide, the tag is marked on the map in Congo jungle or the North Pole, and that's sure to that nobody is going to plant a food forest or like trees in Congo jungle because it's already there. And the same thing about the North Pole, as we know, most know it's just ice and very cold. So, but on this system we might develop, but I just think it was a funny thing to just put a lot of tagging each time as a worldwide tag, and we can just, and this goes along even with the marketer, the admin people, on seeing them on the map if they just work worldwide. And once to put that on the map, we'll use that. Or in their cases, we can even show where they live so people can get together. And I was preferably to do that. That's why I put they must put even town Life is free, and part 4. We reached it. Worldwide non-physical. I described the seeds, plants and trees, so we go to marketing. Someone willing to gather participators to help planting, mostly with online methods. And this is people who generally just want to market the website, but in a specific way to ask for participators in a certain categories. Those one most needed or which they prefer. Or they might even just make a general marketing for the website, for the domain. We will have group. We will create a group for these people, and they can talk together which methods are most successful. And they must put the town or area. Please comment if any experiences with marketing. Okay, admin. Someone willing to administrate users to help them be active. And this is just administrators' general task to get everyone involved and continue to be fruitful on the website using it. So it might even contacting people if they're just signed up, and different people sign up and they see the opportunity. It might get people together. So that's even their task to do that. They must put town or area. Money. Someone willing to give money for food to be grown, plants, bushes and trees, and they must put where to give, so they can freely choose where to donate. And if it's worldwide, the tag is just going to be, as I told, in Congo or on the North Pole. And then there will be contact with them, which species and all that stuff, and where they want to order the trees and how, which supplier and all that it's a task which admin and the people of interest is going to work with at that time. They should please comment on amount, if one time or annual, and any preferences of species. Okay, and the last 4 categories I have here: animals. Someone willing to raise animals for them to become wildlife. It might even be people with horse, stuff like this, who have it and wants to share it, or people who wants to invest and don't have the place to. Anyways, people in general with with animals. And it should be, we should have some more specific details in this category. I haven't thought it all out, but I go with the become wildlife, because that's kind of like a basic idea of it, that we will use, that we will raise animals which can be put free in the environment. They must put area and town, and they must checkbox for if it's their genre of interest to add in this category of animals, is to work or as an investor or both. As I told, we might specify further on this. But I say here, please comment on any preferred species and housing available and budget. So already with these comments, if they put that, we get a platform to anyway. Yeah, suppliers, and that's what I talked about earlier. It's kind of important, this part, also to get some good deals around and some reviews on it, and we will put them all up on the website here. Add and supplier with I'll just do like this. Add a supplier with information or an example of prices on a minimum order, because many wholesalers, they have like 100 minimum or 500 or even a 1000 minimum. but I see very good prices around. Life is Free Part 5. I was talking about suppliers, and I was telling about I've seen some good prices for wholesales for fruit trees, up to €4, and even €1 or €2 for fruit bushes or fruit trees. So, but the minimum order is quite a lot on many of them. Anyway, I would like to make a listing of this, and that's what the website will be key for using these suppliers as a reference, and we will review them and what we call a feedback system on them. So yeah, I look forward for it. We will they should put, okay, must add minimum one example of price for seeds, plants or trees, and this is mostly food producing nurseries we are interested in, yeah, or seed deliverers, and biologically, sure, non gene modified as much as possible. We'll see. They should write the contact details of that supplier, their address, email and phone number. Eventually a website can be written. Free growing food. This is to add a place on the map or draw an area which with freely accessible food growing. Okay, so public food for free. That's what this is about, and map it. This can be places made with help of this website, or places with food already growing. A description for each posting with species, eventually age, and which month fruit is bearing. So this is information I'm very interested in, and if we could have kind of like a search system in this and filtering, and we'll see. But we start off with a basic, and then get off from there. Get on, let's say. Possible to add photos, and this will also be fun to see the development of new plots which is made through this website, or even just from current places we can see the area. And new nursery, and this is for people, someone willing to start or participate in a fruit tree and bush nursery for public planting. And I put it for public planting because it's non-commercial. We're not trying to make new commercial nurseries here, but to make kind of like community nurseries, or like just private, just people getting together in an area and get along with starting trees for plant in that same area. So must add town or area. Please comment on intended involvement of work, financial, land and knowledge about nurturing, sure. So that was the categories. Okay, now I just have a detail about getting featured about the posting we make. Like I know eBay is possible to get featured, to get higher on the list for people to, let's say, click on your ad. And I was thinking to do the same thing and to actually generate some money on the website, so the website has kind of like an auto independent solution for drive and development. And the main people might be interested here is like kind of the investors or stuff like this, or maybe someone with land. Yeah, I don't. That's what I mainly see. But and also the system I'm talking about here is kind of still in a testing mode. I see it doesn't connect when in practice, but I would like it to develop in price. So the ad price to become the first one on this just listing, it should raise, and it could actually go infinite, but just in details how we'll have to practice this and see. So I'll just read it one moment. Get featured. It is possible to pay to get featured a posting on the front page. It is similar as Google pay-per-click and similar as an auction. 3 postings are visible in the column. Yes, and this is part 6 we arrived to. Sorry, I'm just part 6. Life is free. Okay, I was talking about the future, and let me just continue what I was talking about. The 3 postings are visible in the column with future postings. Top listing is the day's highest payer. Next day, a new can become top listed by adding €1 to last price. The top moves to second. So there should also be kind of like a system going around so that everyone kind of like can add in on this one, and like a waiting list, because we cannot have, like, if it's only like three people showing, then and one can be on the top on that bid, so there will be like a waiting list of that bid, of the bidding, to become the top list or something. I'm not sure, as I talked about before, I'm not sure about this system yet. We'll have to detail it. Okay, so I move on to the last part of this description, and that's the design. I made a surely simple design here. Let me try to get into the details here. Okay, it's the front page. So when you click on the link, you will be seeing just a button here, find live, and another one, participate, and it's kind of like just 2 pages on the website. The default, we call it, should be find live, and the filters, so that's just the front page, is just like the find live showing here, and that's in general just the map and the filters about these 16 categories I've talked about, and the maps. Maybe there should be a search function or something like this, for straight to go to country or something like this, but I might here search button, and below then the listing of exact same postings. They'll just be listed here, the one visible, and below will then be the participate, meaning to create a new tag on the map, and a new posting is written here, participation options to create a new post. And if you click participate, which is the other part of the website, then this will simply just move up here, and the filters and the map will just move below the participate, and even the listings will also just, all that chunk here will just move straight below the participate. On the right side, on the front page, not being logged in, and surely you see the email or phone number to log in, or the password. I told before to have an Gmail sign in, and I'll be happy to have that. And it's just a click away to create a new user or forgot password. A flag for language, and myself, I can go in Danish, English, Italian. That's my main language, but we'll see. We'll just surely start off with English, and maybe with a Google Translate button. So the other columns here on the front page is latest activity, and that is just the website's latest activity on some postings, a comment or something, a new. I'm just thinking latest comments or new people adding in some way. I'm not sure what the latest activity should focus on, but it's something we may have the maybe have the focus of people of the website. Some people coming in. Future, that's the one where people can pay for to get listed. And popular, and that's kind of like another genre, what do you call it, of this latest activity. Maybe just more the popular in the general, and not popular in the latest activity. Okay, welcome to the last part, part 7. Life is free, and I will just go through the design, the details of the website here. When logged in, the login box is replaced with the user's details, messages, new notifications, and link to profile settings. And this is here I'm talking about. This box will be replaced after logged in with these features. Page 2 is when participate is clicked, and this makes small changes to the layout, moving only the column of participate up above map filters. So this participate will go from here and be above the filters. Some small intro text might be put on page 1 and 2, explaining either the function on the map, on the website, or the function of how to participate. So this is just some, let's say, user guidance, because it's kind of very, let's say, dead. So putting some words here to explain how to use the map, or what's the maps, the website, what's it's about. It might help people, and the same thing about participate on that page. Okay, and for the last thing, I'll go through some images, some other websites with similar, with some inspiration. Let's say Landshare was a classical one. But the difference from Landshare, which is now closed, is that they just try to put 1 and 1 together, and what we are trying to do is to make it's free, kind of like public available, and do a lot of guerrilla gardening, much more focus on that. But even the private land, if people privately allow us to use people to use it, then it will just be for everyone wanting. So there's, and even we put investors on the map, and there's a great difference in doing that, because we can truly get some projects started. And even that, I can say that Landshare, that people from here, they went to crowdfunding, because that's where people like are focusing on now. So but what we are doing the crowdfunding kind of like together in the same site. So I believe we'll have a great feedback on that. This is a Danish website. Let me see here. It's called Byhøst, and it means town. What do you call it? Collect town, or when we have food growing in town, anyways. And that's what it's about. Places around, but they put it everywhere on the map, and this is where food is already growing just for free to pluck and eat. And they have different categories down here to filter the map: fruit, nuts, mushrooms. And I don't think we will have these details when we do it. We will, but we'll see how. It's a great inspiration. Let me go to the next one. Okay, and this is the crowdfunding website I was talking about, and that's going very strong. But many different people. Just it's very spread out the energy, and we will focus only on creating food. So that's a great difference. And let me see if I get through all here. Delion, that's a Danish website, kind of like Landshare, and is a great site. They have people giving land available and tools, and it's a great Danish website, very similar, but again they don't have the investor opportunity. This is Stemfælles Skovhave. That's our common forest garden, and that's a website I was working with for some years ago, kind of like to create that map and different categories, as you see here. Let me get through. That's eBay, great inspiration. Yeah, freelancer. And Permaculture Global, I think that's also one a great inspiration, but again, nothing